Hello. Hi. Welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, welcome. I am Lulling Lisa, hoping to lull you into a state of relaxation, sleep, or just entertainment through ASMR. Hi. I always whisper these intros lately, and now I want to talk with my voice. So, we're back with another Kokology test, but this test is going to be a little bit different. And I don't know which one we're going to do yet, but I made myself a little legend, so this one is probably called Written in the Stars. Have we done this one? Okay, we haven't. I think we'll do maybe a couple drawing ones. We'll see. I have a whiteboard here, so I'm going to be drawing with you as well. So let me read what the test is about and see what this entails. But just so you know, this Kokology test essentially is a series of psychological games designed to reveal your hidden attitudes about sex, family, love, work, and more. So usually these are scenario-based questionnaires, but this time we're going to be drawing. So if you can get a paper and a pen, that would be even better. But I mean, if you have like an iPad or something to draw on, of course, by all means. So essentially, I'm going to paint the picture for you. We're going to draw, and then we're going to analyze our drawing and what that means about us. Ready? Okay, so this drawing test is called Written in the Stars. When you look up into a star-filled sky at night, sometimes it's possible to lose yourself in the infinite depths of space. We may be aware of their vast distances from Earth, yet the stars still look like friendly messengers and grantors of dreams when we see them twinkling in the dark. As the hours grow late, it's a comfort to look up and have their distant power to draw upon. Now for this game, you'll need a paper and a pencil. I have my whiteboard here. So, first draw 3 stars of different sizes. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, just going to color it in. Okay. Ta-da! Let's see what's next. It's just a 2-part thing, so next. Next, draw a comet's tail on one and only one of your stars. This is hard for me. Is that what a comet's tail looks like? I don't know. Okay. Spoiler alert, if you don't have a pen and a paper, I think you can honestly visualize this one because the test is done. That's it. So, let's see what this means. I don't know. Okay. Is it just this page? Yes. Okay. So, here is the key to Written in the Stars. So it says, the stars combine a glittering image of the power to grant wishes and make dreams come true with a sense of distance and unattainability. Stars determine our present and give a hint of things to come. Your drawing illuminates your work life in general and your current career path in particular. Interesting. So number 1, the largest straw you drew represents the job you hold now, its potential and its disappointments. If the difference in size between that star and the other 2 is not very great, it signifies dissatisfaction or at least based disinterest in your career, a willingness to shop around and keep your options open. Watch for the unexpected call from a headhunter. They have ways of finding these things out. Interesting, interesting. On the other hand, if your job star is much larger than the others, so much larger, not very similar, it indicates you're deeply absorbed and committed to your current path. Your concern should be not to fall into the trap of workaholism. Workaholism? That just looks like a weird word. Workaholism. All work and no play is no way to live. All work and no play makes Lisa a dull girl. So that was for number 1, so just your 3 stars. Next is how you drew the comet's tail on one. So let's see what this means. In cultures throughout history and around the world, comets have been seen as harbingers of disaster and cataclysmic change. The star you gave a comet's tail represents trouble looming on the horizon. If it's on one of the smaller stars, you're in luck. The heavens have overlooked you for now. But if your largest star is a comet, it may be time for you to bring your resume up to date. The stars never lie. So I will admit, in my mind, I visualized drawing the comet on this star. So all my stars, I would say, are pretty similar in size. But for some reason, I just wanted to draw it on the largest star in the end. Oh, I have to stop second guessing myself. It's to my own detriment. So basically, let's get a little personal. So I consider this my job in my mind right now, like what I was thinking about. I'm thinking about this channel a lot. And lately I've been struggling because my channel is nowhere near where I wanted it to be, like in the beginning of the year compared to now. I don't know, it's just nowhere near what I thought it would be. My growth is so slow, and like the past, I would say 2-3 months, my subscribers have been so slow growing, and it's just been very like disappointing for me in a lot of ways, and it's really made me like re-examine what I'm doing here. Not to give you any fear or anything, I don't anticipate leaving anytime soon, but it almost makes me feel like I'm lacking like a purpose in a way of like, what am I doing? Like maybe I'm not cut out for this. Like, I don't know. I feel so bad to say that because if you're here and watching this, you obviously feel pretty invested in me, but I don't know. Just lately I've been questioning that, so maybe this is a sign. I don't know what this means. But if your largest star is a comet, it might be a good time for you to bring your resume up to date. The stars never lie. So it's interesting. Yeah, I've just been feeling bad about myself, I guess, you know? In regards to this ASMR channel. Just wiping it away. So yeah, maybe this test was accurate for me. I kind of hope not, but at least this is an accurate representation of how I'm currently feeling. So yeah, that's kind of sad for me. Okay, that was one of the drawing tests. So I think I can mark that off as finished. Done. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Let's do another one. Let's be a little happier, shall we? Okay. So, based on my legend here, I think this is the last drawing test. Welcome to my parlor. I don't think we've done these 2, and I think these are the last 2. So it's kind of appropriate that we do them today. So 1 or 2. So the last drawing test, at least on this book. It sounds familiar because I feel like we've done a spider web one. But I don't think we've done this one. Let's do it, okay? Then tell me if I'm losing my mind. Okay, so this is called Welcome to My Parlor. And this says, in the human unconscious, spiders hold a place of fear and respect that's entirely out of proportion to their tiny size. Perhaps it's their skill in hunting, their patience when lying awake, or their ability to weave devious webs to trap their prey. Whatever the reason, spiders evoke a strong mixture of feelings in all of us. I'm getting like deja vu. Maybe we've done this. Okay, imagine you are a spider sitting at the center of a large web you have found. You'll need a paper and a pencil for this quiz. I'm so sorry if we've done this, guys. I really apologize, but this is the last drawing test, and I don't think we've done it. I don't know. Okay. Draw a picture of your web and the number and types of insects you have trapped in it. Okay? Draw a picture of your web and the number and types of insects you have trapped in. Okay, so, well, let's try to concentrate. Okay, so, number one, there's two things that we have to draw here. So, draw a picture of your web and the number and types of insects you have trapped in it. That doesn't sound familiar to me. Okay. Okay, I'll be drawing and so will you, I'm sure. I just remember drawing a spider, but maybe not a spider web, I don't know. This is kind of hard because I feel bad to trap things in my web. And I'm drawing things that I know how to draw, but I don't want this to actually be in my web. You're probably like, what the heck are you talking about? I don't know. Okay. Okay, I think I'm done. If you need more time, you can just pause this. So that said, draw a picture of your web and the number and types of insects you have trapped in it. Now number two, you move to make a meal of one of your prey, but somehow it frees itself from the web and escapes. As it hurries out of reach, the lucky bug says something to you. What are its parting words? You move to make a meal of your prey, but somehow it frees itself. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna let this one. Oh, which one do I want to escape? I kind of want both. Maybe I'll just pick this one. I'll put a circle around the one that I want to escape. What are its parting words as it escapes? I kind of have an idea, but not necessarily exact words. So, this is my web. I have like a little fly, a little fruit fly, a ladybug, which I feel bad about, and a butterfly, which I feel bad about. I should feel bad about everything, but I guess that's that. So yeah, I have 4 bugs, and they're all different types. Okay, now let's find out what this means, because now I'm sure we haven't done this test, and I don't know what the heck this means, so. Welcome to my parlor. And I do love spiders and feel bad for them, so I mean, of course I would feel bad to see anything struggling in a spider web, but I then would feel bad for a hungry spider, so. Yeah, so the spider is one of the great hunters of the natural world. Your impressions of life as a spider show us something about how you see your experience as a hunter in the wilds of love. Wow. 1. The number and types of bugs you drew corresponds to your own love conquests. The web represents your strategies and techniques for luring others into your clutches, while the types of bugs that you caught reflect your opinion of your former lovers. Was it a single common housefly, a lovely butterfly that only leaves you hungry afterwards, perhaps a fat juicy caterpillar, or maybe an unappetizing mass of mosquitoes, roaches, and worms? What the hell? Sorry. Some spiders will eat anything. I'm freaking out because this is so accurate, even in terms of what I drew and when. Okay, this is really messed up, guys. Honestly, these are exactly my ex-boyfriends. Okay, so before my husband, I had 4 serious loves of my life. I'm totally outing myself, but whatever. The first one I drew was a simple fly. The next one I drew was a beautiful butterfly. The third one I drew was a ladybug, and I love ladybugs and butterflies. And the last one was like a little fruit fly. I'm sorry, I'm like laughing way too much. Okay, maybe I'll explain this a little bit after for you. Okay, so basically, so as I said, so essentially it represents your strategies and techniques for luring others into your clutches, while the types of bugs you caught reflect your opinion of your former lovers. Well, I don't know what this says about my strategies and techniques because they're just like randomly there, and I didn't even draw myself as the spider anywhere. I think I just imagined that I was in the center. Sorry about that, okay? So that is so true, but before I go on about this, let's see what number 2 means, because maybe I'll just talk really long about that. Okay, so number 2. The parting words of the bug that got away are your memories of rejection in a failed conquest. Let's face it, we've all been shot down at one time or another. This game shows the words that hit closest to home. You'll never catch me, you ugly old spider. Ouch. Better luck next time. Well, thanks for the encouragement. Hooray, I'm free. Okay, you're free, but you didn't have to be quite so happy about it. I forgot about the parting words. Okay, no parting words came to my mind, but I had the overwhelming feeling that the bug that got away was giving me like thank you for letting me go, but like there was like a sadness there. This is so odd. Okay, I'm going to really reveal myself to you because I don't think I've ever talked about like exes with you. And so here's all my relationships literally in a freaking picture and how I drew them, okay? Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. This is the one that got away. So weird. Okay, so I hope you don't mind now that I've read about you. If you want to exit this video because you only cared about, your answers, that's fine, honestly. But basically, so my first relationship, I was basically like turning 17, 18, and all my exes were always 6 years older, except for one that was 12 years older, okay? So I've always liked older men. Now that I'm with my husband, the irony is that he's literally 6 days younger than me, so same year, but 6 days younger. It's just weird, especially the number 6, and I don't know. Anywho, so my first boyfriend, and by the way, all these exes, I've broken up with all of them. But I've hurt myself a lot in doing so. Like, it's caused me a lot of pain, believe me. So the first relationship I had, when we broke up, I think it was after like 2 years, 2.5 years. When we broke up, it's because I really just saw him as a friend. Like, I didn't have any like romantic feelings towards him whatsoever. It was my first relationship, so it was kind of difficult. Yeah, so it was a really hard breakup, and I didn't do things the right way. I was so young, and we still saw each other a lot for like a time being. Even his mom, who like loved me, she didn't know we had broken up until like literally 6 months after. Because I would still go over all the time. I was crazy, okay? But I was young and I just did weird things, but I always just felt so like bad for him, and I didn't want to like leave him. I don't know, it's really weird. Next. And then I didn't get into a relationship until 3 years after that. It was literally pretty much 3 years exactly, and I didn't see anyone else. Nothing else, okay? And by the way, without being TMI, but who cares, maybe this is juicy, but I've only ever slept with these men, okay? So they're all meaningful to me in that sense. Next is the butterfly, and so this relationship is very interesting to me because he was from a long distance country, like so long distance. Maybe I'll just say it in case any of you are from there. He was from Luxembourg. And yeah, it was like a world, I don't know, in many ways, like he was a butterfly, but he made me a butterfly, which is so funny that I drew that. So the first one was the common fly, your typical. The next, he was a butterfly, so like he was such a beautiful person, and like we loved each other so much, and we dated for only like a little over a year, but in many ways like that was the most significant relationship to me ever. And yeah, so it's interesting interesting that this one I set free because I really did like set him free. And it's because like I was too young to understand that like the passion that you have, I thought like the passion died, so that means like the relationship's over, but I was too young to understand that passion is like a roller coaster. So in your life, like passion comes and it goes and it comes, and so that's just life. So you're not always going to be like crazy, like, you know, horny teenagers who are like, you know, I don't know, very hard to explain. Sorry if I'm being graphic in TMI, but yeah, so I essentially broke up with him because I wanted like a really fiery, like something that felt like it was missing in that department, but him as a person, and the weird thing is like looking back, like he was just wonderful, perfect, romantic, like everything that you'd want in a partner, this person had. And I was too young and like stupid to fully understand that. So I have no regrets because I'm happily married now and I found my soulmate, the person I'm supposed to be with. But yeah, I just, you know, hindsight is 2020, and like also the distance, everyone, just so you know, it didn't make it easier because like I never had intentions to live in Luxembourg, and it would have been difficult to have him come here, but that was sort of like where I was coming from, and I think he resented that I would want him to come here, but I wouldn't have considered ever going there, you know what I mean? And like he probably would have come here for me, but anyway, I was young at the time. He was also 6 years older than me, but he taught me everything, like my love of travel and like exotic cuisine, and he just brought that out of me so much. He was an incredible person, just fantastic. And like after we broke up, we never spoke to each other again. So it's kind of sad in a way, but I suppose like I also respect that a lot because nothing is like makes me feel more sick than like thinking of someone I love talking to an ex. I just find that so icky for myself. So just moving the light a little bit. So yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting. I could talk so much about this kind of stuff, but like, is that appropriate? I don't know. So yeah, this was the butterfly one that got away, and I don't remember what I had it say, but as I said, it was kind of like a bittersweet thing, and yeah, he was just such a beautiful person, and like the good qualities that I have in my husband, like I appreciate them because I've had them in past partners, and also bad qualities from other people. I knew what to stay. I'll talk about that in a second. Anyways, the next relationship, not the butterfly, the ladybug. So after that long distance relationship, I got into another long distance relationship with someone from Rome. This person was 12 years older than me. And in many ways, this person felt very young. And I love ladybugs too, so it's interesting, like the ones I assigned to each person unknowingly. And I love ladybugs too because I feel like they're like lucky. And so in that relationship, I kind of got what I was like searching for. It was more like the spontaneity and like the exciting stuff, but like it was also very difficult because I like to say that passion is a double-edged sword. So with the good stuff comes like the really bad stuff too. In the end, we were together for, I believe, about 2.5 years, and I broke up with him because I realized that that was it. Like, we had our chance, and I couldn't live there because I just couldn't leave my family, as much as, like, Rome is my favorite city. Couldn't leave my family, and he could never come here because he was, like, the one Italian with a good job. I feel like a lot of them want to come to Canada or the States, etc., but I couldn't do it, and he was just so old, so I was like, no, like you have to, you know, move on with your life, etc. So this person I know is happily, you know, moved on, and I'm actually happy for them because when you really love someone a lot, like you want them to be happy, you know. So it's interesting. So that's the ladybug. And lastly, we have the fruit fly. So the fruit fly was my last relationship before my husband. And this relationship was probably the most tumultuous because although this person was a good boyfriend to me, like I was treated really well in all my relationships. I was always treated really well, but this person I think had anger issues and was just a little bit immature and like, you know, projecting a lot of things onto me. And I think this relationship lasted 3 years. So my longest, but honestly my least significant. So I think in this relationship, it was actually my job to teach them. Because I feel like in all relationships, you're either the one learning or the one teaching. And sometimes when you find the right person, you can grow and learn and teach each other, which is, I feel like that's what I have with my husband. But this one, I feel like I had to teach him a lot. So I think for his next partner that he's with, I hope he's learned a lot from me. I like to think that I leave people much better off than when I found them. So I definitely taught this person a lot. In the 2 relationships before, I learned a lot. I mean, I even taught a little bit to the relationship before this person, but definitely the butterfly relationship, I learned so much. I was even taught like what it means to really be loved in that like really romantic, like whirlwind of a way, you know, just like so special. So yeah, the little fruit fly one was probably my least significant in terms of growth, but it actually did teach me things that I don't want in a partner. And I realized that if you're not at peace with someone, it is the worst thing. I just saw a quote on this where it's like the worst prison is like when you're not at peace. And I never felt at peace with this person. And it took me a long time to break up with this person because I felt like I didn't want to leave them when they're down. But I realized I'm like, they're always going to be down. Like, what the heck am I waiting for? If you feel like that, I'm going to just be erasing this. If you are in a relationship where you don't feel at peace, but you have the guilt of leaving them, I assure you they're going to be fine after you, okay? They're going to move on and they're going to be fine. And maybe they'll grow and learn from you. Maybe they'll project their problems onto another relationship, but the most important thing is that you're happy and that you're at peace. I never went so in depth about talking about any ex-relationships before, just out of respect for my husband and like, I don't know. But you know what? Like, life is short and I love knowing this about other people. And I feel like your relationships really make you grow a lot and they really are so formative. And look, I've been in relationships from basically like 17 until now. I'm married. And so it's been many, many years, you guys, many, many years. And yeah, it's just so interesting. This test, I think, was the most accurate test I've ever done. Because I literally like drew my dating history like without even knowing it. So it's pretty actually crazy. You have to let me know if this was accurate for you because it blew my mind. And I'm realizing, like looking at the timing, I think I talked about my exes for like 10 minutes, but I hope you found it entertaining and juicy. My husband doesn't watch my ASMR videos, so he'll never find this. Not that I said anything bad or disrespectful, but yeah, the funny part is I almost drew another creature, little insect, because I don't really like the number 4, but I just didn't want to draw another one. I actually went with my instincts for once and it was so accurate. So yeah, those are all the drawing tests in this Kokology book in particular. We have done I think 2 or 3 drawing tests in the past. We do still have quite a few tests left to do together. But there is a part 2 of this book, so I'm going to have to buy it for us when we run out, and I'm sure there will be lots more drawing tests in there. But honestly, I really like this one a lot. And talking to you guys about this was very healing for me. I don't know, I just feel like sometimes I have so much to say about relationships. I feel like I've been through so much, particularly like long distance. Like, I'm in Canada, so to be in a long distance relationship with someone from Luxembourg and then someone from Rome, like that was, you know, a long flight away. Yeah, there's a lot I can talk to you about if you're ever at all interested in anything to do with relationships. give me some ideas in the comments below. I'll be happy to share with you guys, especially because I feel like a lot of you are quite young as well, and I'm sure you're going through it all right now, and it's just such an interesting time. Like, it's amazing even me to look back at how much I've grown from when I was a teenager, and just thinking like the things that I did, and it's just so interesting, and I would love to give you all some good relationship advice. I really would, because like I have the fortune of having sisters, and I had like some cousins, and sometimes like I get like relationship advice through that. But if you don't have anyone, like I would be happy to be that person for you. There's a lot of good things I could probably say to you. So please let me know. This Kokology test completely took a totally unexpected turn that I did not foresee. From thinking I had already done this test to like blowing my own mind. Wow. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. Hopefully you enjoyed the end rambling. Oh my gosh. And yeah, that was just my life history up until now. So, thank you for being here. And remember, if you're not in a relationship or are not interested in a relationship, maybe that last test didn't apply to you and it's okay, but yeah, relationships are just so interesting. They're just, they really did affect me so much in my life, and yeah, there's so much I could go back and I would like to relive some moments and things like that just for like pure nostalgia's sake, because when it's done, it's done. It's interesting because when a relationship is over, it almost feels like you're mourning the loss of someone, but the person didn't die. It's really interesting, but yeah. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy that you're here, and I do look forward to doing more of these tests soon. I'm so curious to know what you're going to say in the comments. I'm just so curious. Bye. Sweet dreams if you're off to bed. Good night, and thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate